In today's video, we are talking specifically about grocery delivery services because who in the heck wants to spend hours at the grocery store every week when you can get on your phone, tap on the things that you want, and it comes delivered right to your door? As you know, if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, I have tried many different meal kit and grocery delivery services, but today we're talking specifically about grocery delivery services that are trying to reduce food waste, namely ones that deliver all kinds of groceries, including produce, dairy, meat, and more. Here are the contenders that I'm going to be reviewing for you today. We are going to review Misfits Market, Hungryroot, and Imperfect Foods, all of which I have used before. Just in full disclosure, this video is not sponsored in any way whatsoever. I wanted to try these out so that I could share with you guys which one I thought was the best. Some of you guys are probably saying, what about Thrive Market? Yes, I love Thrive Market. I've used them for years now and they are fantastic. However, they do not offer produce and they don't offer dairy items. And so for this particular video, I'm just focusing on these particular companies. So if you've never used one of these delivery services before, you might be asking yourself, why would I want to use one of these? Well, first of all, you are helping to fix a broken food system. If you are not aware and you live in the United States, we have a huge problem in this country with food waste. And in fact, almost a third of what gets grown in the US is not harvested because it's just not pretty enough to go to the grocery store. And per the US Department of Agriculture, about 30 to 40% of our food supply in this country is thrown away, which equates to over $200 billion a year. That is crazy. By using one of these delivery services, you are able to purchase produce and other items that may potentially otherwise be thrown away. In addition, these delivery services are super convenient for busy people. Using a service like this can save you, honestly, probably hours per month at the grocery store. I also find that it helps save money by curbing that impulse spending. And I also find that I have access to a lot of different foods and items that I wouldn't normally have since I live in the rural Midwest. Lastly, it can help you push your boundaries for you and your family to try new foods. So most of these services allow you to choose and customize what comes in your box, but all of them usually will also auto-generate a box. So if you want to be surprised on that particular week, you can just get what they send you. And then that can help you and your family try new fruits and vegetables, and it can also help inspire you creatively in the kitchen. So the first one I'm going to review is Misfits Market, and this, when I started this particular video, was a new to me service, but I've tried it about 3 weeks now, so I feel like I've formed a pretty good opinion. All right, so here is my haul from Misfits Market. The total for all of these groceries was around $90, and I did have a $10 off promo code since I was a first-time buyer. So I think the difference with some of these online delivery services is that you do get access to more organic produce for a cheaper price a lot of the times than you can find in the store, depending on where you're at and what you have access to. So it kind of seems like a lot when you look at these groceries, but honestly, there are a lot of organic produce and premium items here. I got some organic yellow potatoes, some white onions. I got 2 lemons, 3 kiwis. I did get 2 cucumbers actually. So this one is just a regular sort of like conventional cucumber. And then I also got an English cucumber, which we already ate. Another thing that we already ate out of this was a beef stick, which I ended up getting for free. That's what happens after I, get things and I don't film a haul for a day or two. My family eats them. So let's keep that in mind too. I got a couple different kinds of broccoli. We like to have broccoli as a side frequently, so honestly we'll probably go through all that in one meal. I got a couple different kinds of apples. These are organic Fuji apples and Gala apples, and I did price compare these with Walmart's organic produce, and they were actually pretty comparable, so I think those were a good deal. I also got a bag of mandarin oranges. These are also organic. Again, I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions on organic versus conventional. I personally don't prioritize it that often. It depends on what's available, but obviously with services like this, again, you can get a lot more organic produce for sometimes cheaper. I got a bag of these True Sweet mini peppers. So my kids really like to snack on these. I haven't had them for a while, so I thought they would like those. I also got some kale. I'm gonna make a salad out of this. I need to eat lots of things that contain more iron, and kale is one of them. I also grabbed some of this lemon lime flavored sparkling water. That's another thing I like about some of these services, is that I can try items that I've never seen around me before. This is called Ugly flavored sparkling water. I don't know, it's lemon lime. You got 4 cans for $1.99, so 50 cents a can. I think that's a pretty good price. I also got one of these Josie's organic chopped salad kits. Again, this is something that I can't normally find around me, and this will make a good lunch. I got some fresh rosemary, some fresh chives, and then I also got some blueberries. I also wanted to mention that they do a really great job of packaging things. I have to say, when I have ordered Imperfect Foods before, I can't tell you how many times I've had to email them and ask them for refunds, because they would just put like a bag or a box of blueberries and like a glass jar and whatever. They would just put it in this big box, and by the time FedEx shook it around and it came halfway across the country to me, it was all smashed. And so I'd have to contact them, because I'd have to throw away a lot of the food, which kind of like defeats the purpose, right? So that's one thing I have to say about Misfits, is that they do a fantastic job packaging everything. Nothing was smashed, nothing leaked. It was great. So I got these blueberries. These look really fresh and delicious. I also got some tzatziki sauce. This is like a yogurt sauce with cucumbers. I have some falafel in the freezer I can use with that. I decided to try some of this Grand Cru cheese. I don't remember if I've had this before or not, but looks good. Always love cheese and crackers. I also thought this was a really great price on the Mary's free-range chicken breast. This was a 14-ounce package for $4.99, which is actually a really good price for this good of quality of chicken. That was not the correct sentence structure, but you know what I mean. I can't find this around me either. I also picked up this huge loaf of waterfront Seattle sourdough. I don't know, I just thought it looked really good. So I might try and make like some type of paninis for dinner to use that up, or just with toast. I love sourdough bread. It's delicious. I got this Omsom spicy bulgogi Korean starter sauce. It comes with 3 little packs in there, and it says you can make this with pork, chicken, tofu, or salmon. I actually thought about making it with beef, so I'm not sure how I'm going to use that yet, but that will be fun to try. And then I got a couple of these probiotic vanilla and chamomile whole milk yogurt. The brand is Nor Organic. Again, I've never seen this around me, so I thought I would try that. I'm excited also to try this King Arthur Baking Company buttermilk pancake mix. Another thing that I can't find around here, and I do make pancakes from scratch mostly, but it's always nice to have a pancake mix around, especially if you don't know what to make for dinner and you're like, boom, breakfast for dinner. Super simple. This King Arthur baking flour was also, not baking flour, just regular flour, was a really great price. It was $1.99. I know it's a smaller bag, but that's a really great, good quality flour for baking, so I'm excited to have that. And then I found this organic Amy's pasta sauce, tomato basil. I've never seen this where I'm at, so I'm excited to try that. I always need to, or I'm always excited to try different brands of pasta sauce. I also thought the salmon was a really great price. I believe this was $5.99 or $6.99 for 12 ounces of Atlantic salmon. So we can always use that. Both the kids like it. It's quick dinner. Throw it in the air fryer, make some potatoes, make a veggie, boom, you got dinner. And then I also got this prosciutto. This is really good, honestly, wrapped around asparagus. I need to get some asparagus because I think that that would be good to make some prosciutto wrapped asparagus. So that's everything that I got from Misfits Market. For each of these services, I'm going to go over a few of the facts, pros, cons, my opinions on each one, so you guys can make your own decision. But for Misfits Market, they do have a $30 minimum, meaning you have to have at least $30 worth of groceries in your box before they will ship it. And if you add cold pack items, which is like cheese, dairy, meat, poultry, that kind of thing, you also have to have a $30 cold pack minimum as well. And that's separate from the $30 grocery/produce minimum. which honestly isn't a bad amount. The other thing I really like about Misfits Market is that they have a very large delivery area here in the United States. They offer delivery in 44 of the contiguous United States. It does exclude Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota. Their shipping is pretty reasonable. It starts at $6.99 and then it's adjusted depending on your zip code. They also do have wine available, which I think is a really great option. All of the packaging for the wine is 100% recyclable. Some states are excluded because here in the United States, we have different liquor laws in every single state, which is quite interesting, actually. There are quite a few states where you cannot get wine shipped from them, so you have to check that out on their website. But they do have a 3-bottle minimum for wine, and you can order it separately from their groceries. The main selling point, I think, about Misfits Market, besides their large delivery area, is their fantastic packaging. They have done probably the best packaging job of any grocery delivery service that I have ever used besides Thrive Market. I would say Thrive Market is probably the #1 best, and Misfits Market is really, really great too. I'll tell you some of my other opinions here in a little bit in the video, but everything came perfectly cold and packed. Nothing was damaged or smashed. The next service we are going to review is Hungryroot. This is one I'm fairly familiar with as well. I've used this one quite a bit and they are a little bit unique. I'll tell you why here in a second. Okay, so next is Hungryroot. I've actually ordered Hungryroot quite a bit in the past. They're a little bit different in that you can get groceries and produce and things like that from them, but along with their service, they also send you recipes, which I think is kind of nice if you don't want to think about it. I have used this before in the past for like quick, healthy lunches for myself and Adam. It works really, really well. So this week I got for my recipes, buffalo chicken and Swiss sandwiches, dressed up chicken tacos, and lemon pepper chicken and 5-minute potatoes. So they kind of group the items into meals, and then you can also order additional items, snacks, produce, that kind of thing too. So this order was around, I think it was $89, although I am missing one item, which is a package of fruit salad. That's not something I would say happens commonly with them, but when it has happened before, their customer service is really great. I just email them, tell them I'm missing something, and they credit my account. So for the first recipe, they sent these Ozari sandwich buns. Obviously, this recipe is meant to serve 2 people because there's 2 chicken breasts in here. However, you're going to have extra, so you can use these for other meals. These are pretty good. I've had them before, and then I really like their cooked chicken breast. I've used this before for, you know, chicken fajitas, sandwiches, salads, that kind of thing. It's really convenient. I also got the little cup of buffalo ranch for the sandwiches and some Swiss cheese. Obviously, I'll have extra of that as well. For the next meal, it's this sous vide lemon pepper chicken. I've had this brand before and it's really good. You can cook this in the air fryer or in the oven. It's more than enough for 2 people. And then you would saute this rainbow veggie mix with that. Cook your potato. So you get half a potato, a pretty good portion of veggies and chicken. So that's the other meal. And then the last meal, excuse me, is these chicken tacos. So I've tried these tortillas before from them and they're really good. Obviously you get 8 in there, so you're gonna have way more than you need. This cucumber, corn, black bean salad, I've had this from them a lot and it's delicious. I highly recommend it. And then you would obviously cut up your chicken, saute it, add it to your heated up tortillas with your black bean salad and some avocado crema that they sent also. And then the extra items that I got were these skinny dipped cashews. If you've never tried these before, I highly recommend them. They're really, really good, and they have like less coating on them, so they are a little bit lower in sugar than some of the other like chocolate covered nuts. They're really good. They have a bunch of different flavors. Like I said, I've tried a lot of them and they're good. They also sent this kind of snack bag of Himalayan pink salt popcorn, Lesser Evil brand. I've had this before, it's good. I added this to my box, this wood grilled flatbread. I thought this would be something neat to try. And that's another thing I like about Hungryroot also, is that, you know, you can just try different things that you can't normally find around you. My kids love pizza, so I'm sure they'll enjoy that made into some cheese or pepperoni pizza. And then I also have a breakfast bar from Vital Farms. This looks good. I've never had this before, but I'm sure Adam will enjoy that for breakfast. It's sausage and cheese. And then lastly, the chicken snack stick. This is, where did I find the flavor? Oh, original sea salt and pepper. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, I mean, Hungryroot, I would say it tends to be a little bit pricier than some of the other services. However, you are getting kind of like the curated recipes and meals with it. And it's really flexible. You can choose whether you want like breakfasts or lunches or dinners and how many servings you want and things like that. For Hungryroot, if you guys haven't tried it before, it's actually probably going to be the cheapest one for you to try out if you want to try any of these, because I do have a $50 off coupon code that you can use if you're a new customer, if you want to try it out. So I'll leave all of that linked down below if you want to take advantage of that. So here are some of the pros and cons of Hungryroot. They do have pretty high standards, but that does mean in some cases they are a little bit more expensive. All of the items on their site have no hydrogenated oils, no artificial sweeteners, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors, no preservatives. Obviously, that is important to some people and not others, so you can make your own decision accordingly on that. All of their packaging is also recyclable, and they use Enviro Ice. I honestly get a lot of food shipped to my house since I do so much food content on YouTube, and I have to say that the Enviro Ice is really nice because you can just thaw it out and it's safe to go in your drain system. I also find Hungryroot extremely customizable. They have a quiz that you take originally when you first start their service, and so it's very personalized. You can decide whether you want breakfast, lunch, or dinner, how many servings you want each week. And there's many different diet plans and options, so I think they really focus and pride themselves on that. They have both meals and groceries available, and what I mean by that is that you can choose to receive groceries that can then be turned into meals, and they'll give you the recipe like I mentioned before, or you can also choose just single grocery items, and I find that they do have quite a bit of variety on their site available as well. I think that their packaging is very good. They also have excellent customer service. I've only had a few things arrive like leaking or smashed, and I've had a few items missing, and every time I've contacted their customer service, they have been excellent. They just refund your account right away, give you credit, whatever. So I've never had any issues with that. Regarding their delivery service, I think that they deliver to a fairly large number of places in the 48 contiguous states. They currently don't deliver to Alaska or Hawaii. But if you're interested, definitely check their website, and you can type in your zip code and see if they are in your area. Something tells me that they must be available in a lot of areas, because if they're available in mine, then that's got to tell you something. So now we come to the strange case of Imperfect Foods. Now, this actually surprised me a little bit. So the last time I ordered from Imperfect Foods was November of 2021, and I put it on hold just because I was trying other things, had a lot of food, whatever the case is. And I had previously ordered from them throughout 2020 and 2021, so it wasn't like I was a new customer. However, I went to log into my account in preparation to do this video and discovered that they no longer deliver to my area. In fact, I went and looked on their site, and their delivery area is highly limited now. It seems to be just limited to very urban areas from what I can tell on the map. From what I can tell you from my experience with Imperfect, I would say that they themselves are imperfect. Like, they are probably, in terms of grocery delivery services, they are probably the one with the poorest packaging. I had so many things arrive crushed, damaged, leaking all over the box, missing, etc. I did continue to use them for a while because their customer service was pretty decent, and every time I would email them, they would give me a credit. So unfortunately, since they don't deliver to me anymore, I don't have a box to share with you today, but I did want to share that in case you do live in an area where they are available and you want to try them out. I'm just showing you footage here of an older haul that I posted a while ago on my channel. So let's talk some pros and cons about Imperfect Foods. I already mentioned they have a very limited delivery area as compared to Misfits and Hungryroot. It seems to be concentrated in very urban areas. They do have a large variety of products. I always thought that when I ordered from them. And I believe they also have an app now, which makes it super easy to order. They also have these Imperfect Foods branded items available. And those are typically items that are made from food that would otherwise be wasted. So I always thought that was really cool. Another great thing about them is that there are no order minimums. So you can order as many or as little items as you like, and they do have customizations available. So a cart is started for you each week, and then you can add and subtract items as you wish. I already talked about their awful packaging, but they have pretty good customer service. I looked up some things online, and it seems like that was not unique to me, that other folks have had those issues with their packaging as well. So part of it makes me wonder if they reduced their delivery area just so they could have better quality control over what got shipped where. I don't recall where they were shipping from. If it's somewhere on the West Coast, that's a long way to the middle of nowhere in Iowa. So, that kind of plays into it too, in terms of how banged up your items are when you get them. And some of that, is out of the company's control in terms of like how the shipping company handles the items. However, if they know that they're packing fragile items, then they need to pack them with care, because as we've talked about, there are companies that do it right. Okay, so after all of that, who do we think the winner is? So for my very scientific opinion, I have to choose Misfits Market. And the reason why I chose them is because I felt like they had a huge selection on their site. If you want wine, they've got that. They've got dairy, they've got meats, they've got produce. And I think that the packaging was impeccable. They did a really great job of that. So they definitely have a new customer in me. If you guys have tried out any of these services, either Misfits or Hungryroot or Imperfect Foods, I would love to know in the comments below. I will also have all of these sites linked below. Like I said, they do have coupon codes available, so if you want to try any of them out, I'll leave those down there. I think the largest coupon code that I have for you is $50 off of your first week of Hungryroot. I believe the Imperfect and Misfits Market are each $15. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope that you guys found this fun and interesting. Like I said, if you have any comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye.